In this Guru Schools lesson, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the language settings. These language settings are really important and mostly misunderstood by the people. Right? So let's check what exactly the language setting says. So if I show you under the locations, we have the language settings. It says select the language your customers speak. Your ads show to customers with these language preferences or on sites with these languages. To show ads to people with Spanish as a language preference, select Spanish as your campaign language and use Spanish ad text and keywords. That's totally up to you. If you really want to choose the Spanish language, then you can follow these instructions. But our main topic is to choose that language which your customers speak most probably. Suppose you are running your ad only in Hyderabad, right? So in Hyderabad, 90% of the population speaks Tamil. So will you go for English? Of course not. We'll go for Tamil language, right? And there is a big advice that Google does not translate your ad by itself. It cannot do this, right? So you need to be aware about it, that if you choose this option, then in the average state, it's like it can convert it. No, not at all. Otherwise, it could have been done. Then of course, the Bollywood stars or the Hollywood stars, they could probably do this. Like they can, release the movie on the Google or internet and they can like choose a language and dub that. But it doesn't happen. They need the dubbing actors, right? So similarly, you need to choose the language by yourself so that you can show the ad in that particular language. You need to choose that language. Suppose your ad is in Tamil language. So you have to use the Tamil language right here. And it says Tamil, go for Tamil. And cancel the English language and just choose the Tamil. Suppose if you don't choose Tamil, if you don't choose English, then it would automatically picked up as all languages. But our main criteria is English. It's English, right? So you have to be aware about it, that what exactly the meaning of your languages section. It really doesn't matter how many languages are you picking up, but still it should be, relevant. Like you're choosing the languages, but it's not relevant. You should not go for this one, Like suppose in Gujarati, if you choose Tamil, that doesn't work out. Because Gujarati, in Gujarat, they speak Gujarati, right? So you should be aware about this one. And let's learn what exactly the language settings says, right? So let's learn what does the language settings wants to say about that particular thing, that how we can understand the user's language. So first point, Google has multiple signals to understand that, like multiple signals. And what could be the signals? Like query search, right? Or users Google settings, and many more things are there. Suppose if you are searching something in Hindi or in Punjabi or in Gujarati, so Google will understand that. Okay, you mostly prefer Gujarati, Punjabi or Hindi languages. This is what you prefer. So Google will understand that and show you those ads in which there is Punjabi or maybe there is Gujarati, there is Hindi, whatever it is. And if you are going to search something like in English or in Punjabi or in French, it would show you those kinds of ads, right? Then we have something called users settings. Suppose in Google, we have a lot of, when we set up the Google, it asks us about the language preference. And mostly, I think 90% of us, we choose English, right? But still, there are few people who goes for different languages. So whatever the language will you choose at the time of setting up, Google will show you those kinds of ads or those kinds of things, right? So this was your users settings. And just like this, we have so many settings and so many options through which Google can understand that. Which language do you prefer? So this is how Google gets to know about your languages, and Google will show you the ads. Then let me tell you one more thing again, that Google will not translate the ads if you are choosing Tamil at the time of setting up, and if the ad is in English, it won't show you first. Second, Google will not do translation for you. Of course not. This is not Google's job, and this is not a thing which can do. I mean, Google could do this for you, that they can make the ad in, I mean, they can convert something in Tamil, but if something is written, if something is an ad or posting which a third party has committed to you, it would, like suppose if you are wanting Google that it would show you the ads of Tamil, and if I made the ad in English, they won't appear in front of you. Why? Because my ad is in English and I do not give the copyright, or I do not give the rights to Google to change the language without my permission, right? And this is what we don't. So Google will not translate the ads or maybe the keywords. It won't do this. So let's take an example. Suppose I'm the user. Okay, I have a settings in my computer that everything is set up in English. Suppose in the same way I have set it up everything in Spanish, and now I'm seeing the English ad. Will that beneficial for me? Or maybe I'm seeing something in Hindi. Will that beneficial for me? Of course not, right? So what is the beneficial for us? If the user and your ad has the same language, right? Suppose if you are making your, I'm not saying to make the ads in all the languages. I just want to say that choose the public according to your language. Suppose if you are making something in English, of course you can run that ad in the all over the world. But if you are making something in Hindi, make sure you will run that in the Northeast mainly. Especially the south areas of the India, I don't think so it would work for you. But still, yes. And suppose if you are running something in Gujarati, of course you need to make that happen in Gujarat. But if you are using a universal language, that's in English only, in English. If you want to run something in, Paris, of course you need to go and write everything in Spanish. So make sure whatever you do it very carefully. Right? This is all was your language settings, and as I told you, all the languages are there. All the languages, whatever you feel like, you can happen. Of course, there are Chinese in simplified and traditional too. There is Dutch, there is Danish, there is French, Finnish, Filipino, Gujarati, Hebrew, Hindi. Actually, I really want to learn Hebrew. I don't know why, but I really want to learn Hebrew. Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Canada, or Korean, Latvian, and so many are there. I guess there is Marathi, Marathi, Malayalam. There are so many languages. I think all the languages are there, though Vietnamese too. What do you all want? I guess, and most probably if you are running a kind of a search ad, I would suggest you to go with all languages. That's what my suggestion to you. If you have only something called in English, you can only go for English. Then you need to hit on this, and you need to write all, and you need to uncheck all. Right, and then you can choose English. So easy. So this was all about your language settings. Let's go for a recap. I told you that Google has so many signals to identify that what the user languages use, or how does it signify that? Through the user setting, through the user search. What does it search for, or in which language does it search for? Google could understand that, and that's a very simple method. And again, a big flash warning to you that do not think that Google will translate your ad for someone. Do not think about it. This is the mainly misunderstanding which people do. All right, so do not be that person who misunderstood anything. If you feel that, do let us know. All right, that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.